Good morning, brothers and sisters. If my recording can help your heart to come before the Lord, that's great. I'm very happy about that. When I'm doing this recording, I find my heart is very easy to come before the Lord. I'm not talking to you with my script in front of me. My heart is enjoying the provision from the Lord when what He reminds me and what He teaches me. Though you have learned a lot and experienced a lot in the past, it is still very important that you have a leisure time to draw near to the Lord every day. Though you might be tired when you're in a bus or at work, it is difficult for you to concentrate, but you can still draw near Him and experience Him. For example, when I listen to the hymn and reading the Bible while I'm in the public transport, I also do the precious prayers. Though my surrounding may be annoying because of many people, the bus may not running smoothly, but all these cannot hinder you to enjoy the Lord. It cannot be replaced by going to somewhere quiet, cannot be replaced by take a longer time to come before the Lord. I will grab those time to enjoy His presence with me, but I find it is more important to have a leisure time, to have enough time to come before the Lord. Therefore, we have to choose, for example, in the morning or during the sunset, when you have sufficient time, not to be rushed. Go to somewhere quiet and pleasant, a nice and quiet place where you can enjoy the closest with the Lord, and that will help you as well. I'd like to remind you all, do not replace my recording as your time to come to the Lord. If you think just to hear my recording is enough, then you're wrong. We still need to have enough time, like 30 minutes, an hour, or even more to come before the Lord. Even a very quiet place, even you cannot talk lots to Him or read a lot of Bible, those time with the Lord is very important. My recording is to help you to come before the Lord, to remind you to build up a closer relationship with the Lord, to use more time and your life to gain the Lord Himself. Then my happiness will multiply. There are many people with knowledge in this world, but what is lacked most are those who are willing to spend time before the Lord. I hope the Lord can rise up many who are after His heart, those who loves Him, willing to draw near Him, willing to offer Himself to the Lord. May the Lord bless us greatly. Brothers and sisters, the verses I'd like to share with you is in the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 16, verse 23. And it said, "But He turned and said to Peter, 'Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me, for you're not setting your mind on the things of God, but on the things of man.' The Lord has said He must go to Jerusalem and end up in suffering, to be killed and nailed on a cross." Then Peter took him aside and tried to convince him. The Lord understood well Peter's intention, but it also reflected one thing, that was Peter might also affected by Satan. This effect was to hinder Jesus to walk to the cross and go to Jerusalem. It said here, a hindrance to the Lord. Hindrance in the Bible usually means an obstruction to Him, that is, to provide resistance. Generally speaking, in the Bible, it means the resistance between the relationship of God and man, or the incident. Therefore, this incident or man of hindrance to Him has clearly mentioned it was a serious matter. For it is not only a resistance between the relationship with God, but even commits sins. So Jesus has said, if you receive one such child in my name, receive me. But if you causes one of this little one who believe in me to sin, which is, if you make him stumble because he disobeyed the word of God and committed sin, then you'll be in trouble. Temptation to sin are sure to come, but woe to the one through whom they come. Brothers and sisters, do not make others stumble. You may not be intent to, but sometimes our behavior we have are the harmful testimony to others as a Christian. When other people see it, oh dear, even Christian will do that. Why should I believe Jesus? If we have made others stumble and make him turn away from God, or even he don't believe God, then this is something serious. Therefore, Christians shall pay special attention. Be careful that do not make others stumble. Do not let others to indulge in sin, and we shall walk on God's will. So it is important to have a close relationship with God. If you are close to God, we will then walk in the light, and we are sensitive to sin. The power and grace of God will follow you. Brothers and sisters, we shall train ourselves well for godliness in order to keep our spirits. Even we may make a loss because of not willing to commit sin or make others stumble. Brothers and sisters, I believe the Lord will give you wisdom to know what is right and what is wrong. You will surely know if you have strength to walk it out. It really depends on how close is you and the Lord to seek help and strength from the Lord. I'd like to tell you a story. There was a photographer named Brook. His friend rang him one day that his friend has applied for him a photography competition, and his work was selected for the finals. Brook was so happy, for this competition was very famous in the industry. Few days later, Brook received a telephone call to inform him that he won the competition. But Brook ended up asked to withdraw from the competition. All the people didn't understand why, and his friend asked him, "Are you crazy? Do you know how many people want to get this honor?" Then Brook answered, "I admit this is my dream to be the winner of this competition, but I have to withdraw my application." Brook then explained further, "It is because of this photo. I took this photo when I was in the train. I have to extend my whole upper body from the window to take this breathtaking scenery. But the gesture is so dangerous, and it should not be done. If my work won, then it will draw many people's attention, and they may intimidate my act and cause injury." Finally, the competition committee has honored Brook's decision and granted him the withdrawal. For this might result in dangerous intimidation. Brook was happy to forsake this honor, and he thought it was his responsible. Brothers and sisters, it's true. Sometimes we may not intend to make others stumble, but if we think this unintentional act may affect others' relationship with God, it might do harm to the testimony as a Christian. We shall forsake those may make other people stumble. But something I'd like to remind you that there are things we didn't do it and we may suffer a loss. But God is all-knowing. The reward which you will receive is greater and huge. It is important of our intention and our hearts. For you forsake something because of loving God and man, the reward you will gain will even greater. Don't think that you have suffered. Instead, you will gain is happiness, joy, and pleasing. May the Lord bless you. Be a person of building up others, but not making others stumble, to provoke others to have a good relationship with God. We shall be a person who is close to God, so that we can affect others to be close to God as well.